Welcome back to this Jack. I forgot to do something. 1 second. I'm not going to put y'all to a standby screen. Y'all just have to stare at the screen where I should be. Where is it? Where did I put it? I have a little camera stand I put up to hold up my phone so I can see chat much easier. Yeah, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. Found it. Don't worry. Found it. I found it. It's actually technically a selfie stick, but whatever. My chair just smacked the shit out of my shins. Try and say that 5 times fast. Alright. Yeah, because when y'all see me streaming, I usually have like my phone monitoring stream for me, so I get to see what y'all see. So I know if like there's issues, if I've disconnected or something like that. But also so I can see chat a lot easier. Mind you, since I've flipped to standing, it might not be as good. Because my camera's up here, and then this will be down here instead of me looking over that way. So we'll see. I might stop doing that. We'll see. All right. Cool. My phone is now set to monitor. Awesome. There we go. Sorry that took so long. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, I'm not starting a fresh character. I've actually done a little bit of work on this character. I need to grab my controller. I've been playing them a little bit off stream because this is my first time streaming this account. Hang on. There we go. Had to fix my OBS. This is a different build that I'm used to usually doing. Normally I do I'm going to outdamage you before you kill me. This one I'm actually using a shield and a spear. Spears are not very heavy damaging. They're very tactical in nature. And a shield is a shield. Doesn't do damage. Well, it can, but not usually very good damage. So, we're going to be now. I haven't done very much. I've only fought one boss, really, and I made a slight run in. I've done a little bit of running around and exploring, because there's the spear I won is actually all the way up here. I wanted to see if I could get it before I started streaming, and no, I can't. He kicked my ass thoroughly. So we are instead going to, and I haven't even gone into Stormvale Castle. I just pretty much just booked it straight up there. By the way, I found out if you go up to Lumeria Lakes without talking to Ronnie back at the first church, the things she would have given you, the first summon and the ability to summon, you have to buy it from the you have to buy it from the merchants at the round table for like 600 runes. So it's better just go back and talk to her. You get it for free, and you get to meet Ronnie. So I do have some work. We are. I could try and get my butt kicked. You know what? I might go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get my butt kicked by Magritte, because if nothing else, that does get me. It does get me a new pouch, a talisman pouch. Hang on a second. So, something that's been bothering me. I was like, Moog is described as one of the kids of. He's described as one of the kids of Godric Godric. No, I think it actually no. It may have been Marika and Redon. Who? Marika and her husband, her second husband. And I was wondering, like, where does he fall into the pantheon? Where does Moog and all of them fall into? And why is he so grotesque looking? And somebody actually came back with an answer that I like. It effectively is... yeah, I'm messing up a lot right now. It effectively is people who were omens, the corrupted-looking humans, because there's actually a whole bunch of them. They are people with corrupted souls. Their souls went back to the Erd Tree and came back corrupted. And one of the people who are doing it, one group of people who are doing it is somebody you can actually side with in this game known as the Dung Eater. Which sounds like a really weird name. But they phrased it in a very interesting way. They said, in Japanese culture, your soul is located near your ass, which is really funny. And you actually see the way FromSoft has been inspired by it in games like Sekiro, where like the headless swordsman people will rip your soul out, clearly, apparently rip your soul out through that direction, and then put it in their own place. It's exactly how it sounds. Oh, something I didn't even care about. All right. I hate it when they do that. Like, they just hit you one after the other so you don't get a good hit on the one you were trying to counter to begin with. You know what? Screw you guys. I'm going home. Frames? Like, seriously, I play this game all the time. I haven't played in a while, actually. I stopped for a bit. And I'm just now getting Zawado again. Hopefully that catapult doesn't try to hit me again. Oh yeah, I have a short spear. I don't have the range on them. But yeah, shields in this game are pretty broken if you recognize what they're meant for. You have to know when to stop blocking and when to keep blocking. Like right there, I take the hit, I get to return with an immediate heavy counter thrust, which with the normal grunt tends to break their stance pretty easily. The only problem is when you're fighting something that's extremely mobile, chances are they'll move out of the way. So you have to know, like, okay, there's no point in attacking, I'm just going to waste stamina if I do. There we go. And that's why I've got the Flame of the Red Mans on my spear, the short spear, because it allows me to stun them. And this is a light spear, too. I'm going to try and eventually get to, like, the heavy spears. I don't have enough, unfortunately, runes to level, so I'm going to be going into this fight probably going to be losing these runes. I'm not expecting to win. What do I currently have equipped? Oh, yeah, I have the, that. Okay. I'm going to take this off. I don't want that there. And then, yeah, I don't want anything there. I don't want that there. And we're going to go over here. Because I have no problem with using summons in this. I should have gotten my Godric Soldier. You know, I'm going to do this without summons first, and then I'm going to die. Then I'm going to come back with Godric Soldiers, because I find much more fun with that. Let's get the cinematic out of the way, at least. But basically, Omen characters are ones who've had their souls come back tarnished, or messed up. And it's possibly Magritte is the son of Marguerite we meet up in the castle. So it becomes a family line, effectively, of corrupted people. The ones we meet in the sewers are ones that were born of common families and then kicked down to the sewers. That's the running theory. Margit. Now here's the problem with fighting like a character like this is they do hit fast enough and often enough that if you don't know their attack combos, that they will break your stance. And you can't just rely on your shield, you do have to be able to dodge out of the way. I don't even know if that hurt him. Looked like it did. See, because he's using divine magic, he's able to actually break my shield. He's able to, like, still damage me. Not too bad, Pepe. How's it been? I'm regretting doing the standing thing. I was originally actually going to have my character, camera in a profile, so like I could just randomly flex in front of the camera like this, just because I'm really proud of how my progress with working out have been. So, but yeah, he kicked my ass just as expected. I'm trying to think if there is a couple things I could do to alter the odds a little bit. See how he feels about fire. No, but I'm glad to see you around. I haven't seen you around in a little bit. Okay, now I'm starting to remember his attack pattern, so I might have a better chance this time. Because I can't block the gold dagger. I was trying to break his stance. Won't let me. Won't let me do the execution on him. That missed me a chance to heal. Because that actually has a bit more range than it looks. I actually have only been streaming on Saturdays. Like, I stream rather rarely nowadays. I'm going to probably start streaming more often again. I forgot he does that. No, if I'd rolled through the second one, I would have been fine. I'm going to go to seated stool mode. Ugh. I'm shrinking! I'm shrinking! There we go, that's better. No, but I actually did a lot better than I expected. Because I keep forgetting his follow-ups. But no, yeah, I stream pretty much only on Saturdays, and I was doing it about 4 p.m. my time. But I'm probably going to go back to streaming a lot more, because this channel's pretty much dead if I don't stream on it. Although I might start adding, like, random animations onto it. He's going to kill me just now. Yep. Get some of that health back. I have no problem using gimmicks on these guys. No problem at all. Sad part is, I actually honestly feel like that's a compliment. Like, considering who his possible lineage is, that is a compliment. Because it's pretty safe to assume that he's the child of the guy who you fight in the capital, which means he's high royalty. Like, not even subtle high royalty. At least I got my spear on fire now. It's twice I've got him within a toe stub of health, and I got overzealous. It's twice. Yes, I know I'm better than this. Y'all look at me like, Jack, you've beaten this guy before. I'm like, yes, I know. But one, I'm not using summons, which is rare for me when I'm fighting these bosses in this game. And two, I'm using a sword and shield, or a spear and shield, not my normal fighting style. It requires a much higher level of methodical movement and playing than I'm used to. Wait for him to do this attack. Roll out of the way. I did not get the fire off, unfortunately. He's going to kill me just because I'm being stupid. I win that exchange just purely because I get my health back from doing this to him. Go ahead and heal back up. Heal back up. Or not, step back up. Knock him down. Stab him. Why? Well, at least I spun it around at him. Once again, I still feel like he's like, that sounds like an insult, but it's from considering his family line. That's probably as big of a compliment as he can give. His spear, or his stick, had just a slight bit more range than mine, and got me. That's what it was that time. I got my hair back in a ponytail, or in a braid right now. A weird braid, not a really good breed, but a breed. You got any fun projects going on in your life, Pepe? I forgot there's a second part to that. He jumped over it because he did the same attack twice in a row. Yeah, he's gonna get me just because I didn't break his stance right enough times. Just go ahead and top off my health so I can futz up correctly. Yeah. Oh, Dark Souls 1 Dex builds? Yeah. Those are, yeah, that's a thing. Because Dex builds, like, so the advantage to strong builds is you have a conclusive fight really quickly. It's either you killed them faster than they can kill you, or you die, or they killed you first. With a Dex build, you have to be consciously aware of diving in and out of their attack patterns. At least I hit him with the flame. I couldn't get away to get my magic back up. I should have disengaged as soon as he went to do the first hammer swing. I really don't want to use a summon for this. Like, if I use summons, this would be over really quickly. Because while he's paying attention to the summons... Wait a minute. I have a bad idea. Y'all ready for my bad idea? Here's the bad idea. I should have done this earlier. Flasks. Wait, can I add one? No. But I can do this. Haha. We're going to get one more mana flask. Why? Because I'm actually... My issue is the wind-up time. With Dex builds, yes and no. Because with a lot of Dex builds, depending on your weapon, your wind-up time is next to nil. Depending on the weapon, of course. I didn't even touch him. That didn't even touch him either. Just broke across his body. There we go. Finally actually broke his stance. Need to get back and drink a mana potion. Not let him do that to me. Drink this. Yeah, spears and halberds will do that too, but I'm talking about like if you use the katana, katanas, they're pretty fast. Short swords, stuff like that, they're pretty fast. The spears and halberds are great. To me specifically, they're good for like when you're fighting in a long hallway. He was just out of range. Yeah, but Dark Souls 3 makes Scythe a lot more interesting because there is a, in one of the expansions, you can get a dual Scythe setup. So that's pretty cool. Like, the power stancing is not in 3, but there's a scythe whose special ability is allows you to dual wield scythes. Similar to like the ornamental gold sword and Radon swords in here, and you don't two-hand it, you just dual wield it. In case you're wondering, this is me being done with him. This is me being done with him. Like, I was done playing his games. I was done dancing with him. No, he's just gonna die. All right. The reason why I'm focusing very specifically on certain stat points. Using a spear and shield is extremely awkward. And the reason why is like dual spears are phenomenal, great tracking, and actually pisses off a lot of PvPers. But spear and shield is difficult. Why? Because some of the best shields require stupid amounts of strength. In fact, the best one in the game, the fingerprint shield, is has like a requirement of like 50 strength. But spears don't use strength as their primary scaling. They use dex. So and they'll also use faith randomly too. So you end up having to split between strength, dex, and faith. Oh, while those at the same time, because this equipment's heavy, endurance, and vitality. Oh, but because your faith's high, you can also use magic. And because you're going to use the magic, you're going to want your... So you have to have... Like, the only thing you don't need, unless you want it, is Archon increased. This is the spear I'm currently working towards for right now. The actual spear I want is the Maidenless spear, but this one will do for now. Anyway, I need a dex of 22. I currently have like 20, so I just need 2 more points there, and then I need to dump a couple more faith. There we go. That's now high enough. Now I just need a bit more in faith. 3 more in faith specifically. But in the meantime, that is raising up the attack on my spear. Now, we're not going to continue on. I literally just wanted to fight him just to see if I could, but also so I could get the second gem slot. Nothing really going in there, but... And my foot really itches right now. Ugh. All right, so we did that. Let's do that. We're gonna do that. Ah, actually, it says Blad's there too. Cool. All right, we're gonna actually do a couple of the outside things because I didn't want to fight Magritte off stream because that's like I've only fought 1 boss, 1 invader. 2 boss, 1 invader. The boss I beat is that first wolf guy that's in Groveside Cave. And then the other was up here to get the talisman that is allowing me to get my health back every time I kill, do the execution thing, which is a very big part of, I think, using a spear or a shield build, especially a spear and shield. Oh, and the reason why you use a piercing weapon with a shield is, I'll show you. So if I have a sword, we'll just use this Lord's Sword and Straight Sword. If you have a sword and you do a light attack, okay, I'm holding L1 to keep my shield up. I press R1, my shield drops. I use my spear, my shield never drops. I keep my guard up while doing light attacks. And if I'm not fighting anybody magical, that's great. They have to break my stance. Or wait until I run out of stamina. When versing somebody who does do magic, the shield's not going to be enough because most shields only will negate 100% of physical attacks. And magical attacks will bleed through. What you're looking at is the guard boost to determine how well it actually does it. I'll point that out in stats in a second. Just running past all the bears. But where are you at in Dark Souls 1? You said you are doing Spears and Halberd until you have the stats for Scythe. Oh, where I wanted to be is right over here. The person I'm looking for is right up there. I like the phrase looking for a man who goes by, because that insinuates that may not be their name, just what they go by. Okay. Now, I'm very curious what made Darrowell such a traitor in Blood's eyes, because Blood's full existence, his purpose in life, is to serve Ronnie. It's everything that his life has been dedicated to for a long time. Like, he is old, older than he appears. And he has only wanted to serve Ronnie. What did he do to piss him off that much? Let's see what you got for me. Oh, good, you do have recipe books. Beast Pot Lore and Exalted Flesh. Those are neither things I want. Actually, the Exalted Flesh I do want. Hand axe and some smithing stones. St. Trina's arrows. Oh, St. Trina's stuff. This stuff's good. Oh, I don't have enough for the Beast Lore pot. That's unfortunate. Actually, I kind of do. I just got to go sell some things to him. Don't need the straight sword, and I don't need the Lucerine. I do have a better shield, this one right here. Better guard boost, but it also requires 36 strength. So, obviously, I can't use it yet. Alright, we're going to go take this castle now. Because I really do need to play Dark Souls 1. I was going to do a stream of it, just doing a punching build, and then I just got so exhausted playing it. I don't know why. I don't know what just drained me of it. I might just have to do a serious playthrough again, doing a pure Strong build again, or do my own Dex run, and then try to actually beat the Story of Arthas, the DLC. Though I am tempted to... if I do the Dex build, I can kill the painting girl and get her scythe. Because you can actually still move pretty decently with a shield held up. The jank. Yeah, because of how old the game is, even the remaster is full of jank. I would like to, like, this might be controversial to some people. I'd like to see a remaster or a remake of 2. And when I say a remake, I mean like how Final Fantasy VII's remake is. Like, it's legitimately a rebuild from the ground up, which is what a real remake is. And it's how it should have been, is their approach, not anything else. Oh, good. I hate bleed, I hate bleed. But I mentioned I hate bleed. Someone's... I don't know who that is. Someone's trying to call me. I don't know who a Seamus Murray is, so... Like, early Dark Souls, like, had no balancing to it. They weren't like, oh, some people might want to use a punching weapon, and we'll make it a balanced weapon. There is, but it's the usual bonk them build. Did you see that rat there? Didn't even know that was there. I know what it's there for. I know what's in it. I just didn't remember it was there. I'm going to go ahead and drink this. Have you go ahead and throw your exploding pot. Get away before that fire that happens. Yeah, because the fire still hurts me. It's just heavily reduced. I like his sword. See, at times using a shield is super broken in this game. Like, those guys have given me no end of trouble in pretty much every run I have ever done. But when using a shield, nothing. They bounce off the attack. Even a lighter shield, they'll bounce off the attack and then I just stab them. It doesn't even have to be with a spear. Like, like when I first spawned in, I had a sword and I was using that same effect. Like, yeah, the shield in this game is really legit. And you gotta remember, I don't like shields. I never used them in any of my Dark Souls runs or anything like that. Just not my thing. I gotta go kill that guy. I almost never remember he's actually there. But yeah, here's the guy that was firing the ballista at me. And he's dead now. Yeah, I got a lot of blood rose, which is really good. The frickety frack was that? Oh, I know what those are. Yeah, no. But no, yeah, with the blood rose, I can now make what's known as blood grease if I had the root resin, which I don't. I used it all on my fire. But what that does is it allows me to add bleed to any weapon I'm using. I will try to never fucking use that, because with this run, I'm going to do my best to not do bleed, not intentionally. Because as I said before, I hate bleed in this game. Like a lot. I think there's just way too many. That's impressive. Haval armor and shield. Well, mind you, the Haval armor is like, I think it's the highest durability armor in the whole game. And his shield is also pretty beefy too. I don't know if it's the most powerful shield, but it's probably up there. But yeah, that's really impressive. I can imagine you being really scary having Smo's hammer, which I think has the highest strength build damage, and Havel's set with his shield. Mind you, there's no way you're not fat rolling if you're able to roll at all. Like, I don't think there is enough enough endurance in that game and anti encumbrance stuff to make you be able to move normal while wielding that setup. But I think you'd be the most defended, most durable person. And if you know how to parry, even better, because then you're like fighting Emperor Palpatine, aka Gwen. And you are able to just parry his ass. Yeah. And then there's another ring, a gold ring, that you can get from there's actually a storyline where he does take over Lim. I'm going to say yes, by the way. Anyway, yeah, killing him, you get his ring. That's the other way of getting it. Getting it down, and then I imagine if you maxed out your endurance, I still think you'd be fat rolling if you're able to roll at all. Like, I just do not see a way to use Ornstein's hammer, Havel's shield and armor, and not fat roll. Because Havel's armor, if I'm not mistaken, is supposed to be made from dragonhide, which is why it looks like it's made of stone. But you can never take off his ring, by the way. You take it off, it breaks. That's the disadvantage to that ring. Though it does give you more everything. Alright, so I did that. I'm just cleaning up some of the bosses I wasn't able to do because I was off stream. You were normal wrong? I don't believe that. Well, you're also saying with Havel armor and shield. I'm saying Havel's armor, shield, and Ornstein's hammer. I was adding Ornstein's hammer into this conversation. Unnecessarily. Oh, let's wait until night. There's a fight here I want to do. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to stream just because of the temperature. I do not handle the heat well. Like, it's cooler today than it's been in most days. I actually slept good last night because of it. but it is still not a temperature I'm comfortable with. I would love to have my portable AC unit running, but that gets expensive when it comes with electric bill. The Damon hammer, yeah, that's pretty powerful. Like I just don't see it. Like you probably pulled it off. I believe you. You're not. I have not caught you lying to me much, so I don't imagine you lying to me now. All right. I do not like riding a horse into combat ever. So if I can avoid it, I like to stay on foot. Oh, that's his first real hit on me. Let me back off and heal just to be safe. He broke my stance. Him and his horse do not share a health. By the way, there are pictures of what that horse looks like underneath its thing. Do not look them up. They are. It's body horror. Yep. Also, hi Vex. This guy's really freaking tall. The Night Cavalry were supposed to effectively be like the Rosghouls chasing after you killed Magritte. What's been going on in your world, Vex? Thank you. Been putting on muscle, though. And that I'm actually really proud of. Go ahead and knock out this boss. I'm just knocking out a series of bosses. I didn't even stop and heal. Ow. Yeah, it's nice usually have some family every so often. Yeah, I got out of there. He's big enough that my me blocking doesn't bounce him. I got stuck in an animation. Oh well. Alright, let's try that again. This demonic should go in with health potions. I've got a lot of like people I'm related to that I've kicked out of my family, so like it all depends on like what your relation with them to begin with is, and it sounds like you have a good relation with them, so can't complain. You did farm the giants guarding them? Yeah, that'll do it. Those giants, one, are annoying, but two, get you a stupid amount of souls, runes, whatever. So yeah, souls. No, it's souls. Like I think they're like 1,000 apiece. They're annoying to fight, so they're not the most efficient farm. In fact, by that point, I think the most efficient farm would be going through the painting. I'll do her quest line at some point. Can't do it yet. Runes. That sounds right. Well, here it's runes. I'm talking in Dark Souls. Here it's runes. There it's souls. Because then it's blood echoes in Bloodborne. Trying to think if there's any other boss fight I really want to take. Yeah, there is. Let me get away from all these guys. Oh no, there's one right up here I wanted to do. Because me and Pepe are talking about their experiences fighting Dark Souls. I don't know, like in Dark Souls, because no, the painting is the best because you have all those zombified gladiators. If you're able to get in there, they're so grouped up, and if you know how to kill them, you can just mass murder them and then walk right back to a bonfire like it's nothing. Let's see here. I need to play this online. I was going to play this online. I said I was going to play when I stream online, but probably after this stream, since I'm already this far into it. Once again, the heat's starting to get to me, so I don't know how much longer I'll actually be on. Here's what I was looking for. I normally won't be summoning people. I'm only summoning him because he's part of the quest, and I like blood.
This is where it ends for you.
Is he too low for me to actually hit him with my flames? That was too far away, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know what it's... I know the high of today is like 80. Yay! I killed a person in a video game. I want to clarify that's in a video game. I gotta raise my faith next if I want to use the spear I actually want to use. Well, one of the spears I actually want to use. Sorry, I needed something to drink. NASA wants to talk to me right now. What did I do? Or the NSA wants to talk to me. Oh, okay, because what I said, yeah. Yeah, probably. I was like, NASA? No, you said NSA. I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm a simple man. But my car's extended warranty. That's even more awkward. I keep getting those phone calls. I haven't had a car since 2015. So like, your car's extended warranty is expired. What freaking car? My other favorite one is they try to say your Apple account has been hacked. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. The last time I had an Apple account was when the iPod Nano came out. Before it was called an iPod Nano. When it was literally just the iPod. When it was like the little one you just clip to your belt. That's what I had. Before it had any other titles to it. That's what I had. That's when I had an Apple account. Haven't had one since. So any information on there is outdated. There's no credit card information. Nothing. So I don't care if you stole it. It's just really funny to me. Like, yeah, we stole your account. Okay. All right, let's see here. So I came here. Oh, yeah. This is one of the reasons I stopped by here. Because the actual thing I want to do is actually back north. I wanted to do this. I need to get my faith to 18, and then I can use the other spear. The heavy spear. All right. Let's see here. We're going to go here. This is probably the easiest way to get there. Like, you know, you say, screw humanity and go to Mars. Get a Morse code message. And you're like, translate it out. We are here to talk about your car. Son of a bitch! And I love it that that's become like the new thing. Like for a long time there was like the joke that you'd move into like a secluded castle away from everybody. And then for a long time you'd have the joke that the Mormons would come still mess with you. And then like you live in like a castle surrounded by volcano, and they would still like, hey, have you heard about our Lord and Savior? That was the running joke for a while. And now it's people calling you saying, hey, I want to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. The next FromSoft game looks like it's going to be Armored Core. There's a lot of leaks saying that that's what it's going to be. And there is a rumor about the name of the DLC that's coming out for Elden Ring. It's called Barbarians. It's something Barbarians. I can't remember its full name. I was going to make a video of it, but it's from a leak that we can't guarantee the validity of the information. So, yeah, Armored Core. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I will breathe fire right in your face. I will also stab you in your face. You're just using a freaking dagger. You can't break my shield. Only I can break my shield. on, somebody not have any more potion to drink? All right, medieval eldritch techno barbarians. Yes, that's the name. No, I think it's like barbarians of the Badlands. And if I had to think what that means, you're probably going to be finding out more about what Horalu, aka Godric, was doing during his exile. Because we do know he has a daughter, and he was in charge of the barbarians. There we go. Because he's got a next part of his quest I'd like to do at some point. By the way, medieval eldritch techno barbarians. That sounds like something like Warframe, actually. Like, that makes me think of Warframe. What mistake do you say they did for Armored Core 5, though? That's actually, I was sitting here trying to think what you meant specifically. Because, like, one of the other Elden Ring content creators that I follow, Zuli the Witch, said they were like, man, they messed up with Armored Core because of this, that, and the other. And then like, well, now looking back on it, I was just stupid. Because it was terrible. Well, what made it terrible? You got to be able to define what made it terrible. It's not just a piece of paper. It's not just a piece of paper and it's terrible. Yuck, 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 yuck. Hang on, where's the alarm? There it is. Come on. All ye gather up. Okay, I can see that. By the way, pop quiz. What is the first game that Patches shows up in? Pop quiz. See who can answer it. What is the first game that Patches pops up in? Whoever guesses it gets an attaboy point. Both of you all, oh, Vex didn't really guess, and you are incorrect. He actually first showed up in Armored Core, I want to say 3. He was a pilot in one of those games, Patches. Did not first show up in Demon's Souls. Demon's Souls is the first time he actually was relevant. Oh, I should probably heal. About to fight the Patches. I don't know what you just spat at me. I don't care. If you kill him and take his spear, it's actually a pretty good spear. Like, early game spear. But I'd rather not kill him. Because I actually don't hate Patches. Even though you really should. He's like the most abusive, toxic friend you could ever have. He's really good with that. Oh, shit. He executed me. Yeah, he got me. He got me because I forgot he does the kick and it instantly breaks your guard. I forgot. Because that's a Dark Souls 1 thing. Like, only a handful of weapons do that, and he can do it. His spear allows him to do it because his shield has no... God damn. I died to Patches. I died to Patches. I need a wah. I don't even have my emotes set up right. Which reminds me, I'm going to be trying my hand at some animation. Some more animation. It'll be a Markiplier animation. Because I was watching one of his older videos and I was like, hey, I have a good idea. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to the idea of a new Armored Core. Like, really. Like, the idea that they do any... Oh, and there's also a rumor that they're going to be doing... Because it was Bandai Namco who actually got hacked. Not FromSoft themselves, but Bandai Namco, it looks like we might be getting a Code Vein 2. I will 100% be doing a both Armored Core game and a Elden Ring, or not Elden Ring, well that too, but we're gonna go to the title menu and make this easier. Yeah, and a Code Vein 2, that's the word I was looking for. You think that, but it's not. Like, trust me, like, I've had this conversation with a few other gamers. It's a very misleading game. Like, you think it's a happy-go-lucky game, but it's really not. Yeah, they're in the same universe. Or supposed to be, at least. Whether or not you agree with that is entirely up to you. Oh, that was my cat. I do eventually need to get that from him. And the pairing dagger is one of the best pairing tools. Don't open that chest because it'll teleport you elsewhere. Because I've beaten Code Vein. I've played God Eater 3. I have some videos of it on this channel still. I was playing it with Violent Chocobo. Hell, I don't even think she had the stage name Violent Chocobo yet when she was still when we were doing that. Yeah, she may have. She may have just not had the logo. The reason why I'm not playing God Eater 3 anymore because I've been just really stuck in Monster Hunter Rise, for instance, because especially with Sunbreak. I've beaten the main storyline. Now I'm doing the post-content stuff. And I've actually been using the Lance a lot, which actually... Lance a lot. Which is actually what been encouraged me to do this playthrough as a shield and spear user. Because I had done a sword and shield user, so I knew kind of what they were good for. Or how good they were. I just never really dove into it. I don't know what's in the Murkwater Catacombs. I don't remember. By the way, do y'all know what the speedrun record for this game is? The unrestricted, mean you can win by any means necessary, speedrun record is. It's like less than 5 minutes, and it's a no-hit, no-leveling speedrun. Because this game has such big glitches in it. Yeah, it's like less than a minute, but I'm going to say less than 5 easily. And it's because this game has so many glitches that let you just sequence break the hell out of it. Like, for instance, you can actually teleport off the starting area into Stormfront Castle. If you know how to do the teleport. Well, that helped. Honestly, didn't even mean for that, but it worked. But like, yeah, the speedrunner who like he doesn't actually fight anybody throughout the whole speedrun. Like, I know a couple of the tricks he does to do it. Like, I know how to gimmick into Farum Azula. I know how to do that part. I've done it before in one of my own dick arounds. But once you get there, I don't know what to do. Grave Warden Duelist. Oh. Oh, okay, I can beat him. See, this is why, like, some enemies, when you're using a shield, it just completely breaks the fight, you being able to use a shield. Every attack he does just bounces off me. Execution. Banished Knight in Ingval. I didn't even know it was in here. I just like, hey, this is a spot I wanted to go check out. Oh yeah, like definitely. Like, you know what? I don't feel like spending bullets. What am I gonna do? Have nothing but laser weapons. Downside, I need a lot of cooling. Like, hands down, Armored Core was something I just thoroughly enjoyed. The only game that I felt even came close to like trying to be an Armored Core game without being Armored Core is Demon Machina, which I played originally on the Switch. I think I have it on the computer now under Epic, and you do have customization to a similar degree, but it just feels more limited. Like, it just it feels like it's missing one or two steps to make it on the same level. All right, where am I going? Oh, now I remember. That was something else I remember looking up I wanted to do. When I was off, when I was just thinking of like what I wanted to do for stream. I gotta teleport. Okay, well, let me teleport. Good. Let's go here. Saints Bridge. Tiny Tina's game is great. I really loved it. I feel like it's 2K going back into their old rhythm. With that said, I feel like especially with their DLCs, they're really shortchanging people, and I will explain why in a second. Yeah, I agree, Vex. I agree with that, Vex. I'll explain all that in a second. I didn't like the machine gun setups, and that was specifically because I didn't like spending bullets. I liked I played a tank build in that. I more often than not played a tank build, treads and everything, and just artillery striked everybody, and then used lasers if I ever ran out of artillery. All right, that's not what I was after. I just wanted to check out what was here. Because I could never remember. What I actually want is on the other side. Now, the reason I don't like the endgame for Tiny Tina is because it's literally, like... It falls into the same problem that a lot of other looters and shooters that tried to copy the game did. So, like, Destiny does this. I can't think of a single looter shooter that doesn't fall into this problem at some point. The original Destiny especially did this. It's where the content after the main story is purely farming to get better stuff. That's it. Like, there's no evolution of content. There's nothing interesting about the evolution of content. And then the DLC content is just adding more variety to the mixed bag that is the added content. Unfortunately, his weapon is holy, so he might actually still damage me. With the artillery, they never even saw me. No, you're right. That is insanely powerful, but the amount of bullets it takes, it's going to cost you a lot to maintain that. That's one of the reasons I didn't like doing that. Artillery, I was paying a lot per shell, but I didn't have to fire that many because there were certain rounds, if I remember correctly, that if I fired, it just killed them. They were just gone. I think that's going to explode. Nope. All right. Somber Smithing Stone 1. I actually kind of need that. I don't remember why there's flame slugs here. Don't think this is going to hurt them, but we'll find out. Nope. Can I walk on the fire? I can. Like, I've just kind of semi-taken my time and started exploring this map a little bit. Because that's one of the things I did enjoy about Armored Core a lot, is that you had to be mindful of, like, how much you made per mission versus cost of repairs and stuff like that. Like, my biggest expense when I was playing was cost of repair because I was a fucking tank, so I took... Yeah. There was supposed to be a lance that was around here. I may have went the wrong direction. But as long as you backed everything up with like lasers as a backup and a decent cooling system, you didn't have to worry about running out of ammo, because if you did, that just meant you went to your backup laser system. It's a basic mech warrior concept. Yeah. Well, remember, my playstyle back then was not about zooming around and dodging things. My playstyle back then was to go ahead, try. I'm going to beat you. No, like fire. I don't even remember what I was trying to do, why I was doing that. There's supposed to be a lance around here somewhere. He's going to get back up. Yep, there he goes. Is this it? And Lance Talisman, but that's not what I wanted. Alright. Because I really don't want to fight him. Although, he might not be that difficult. Still alive. Well, for the record in all this conversation, I was also like I was really young, like, so my playstyle was very straightforward. I'm a bonk was like my early version of I'm a bonk it. I had no finesse to the way I fought. I had a really good conversation actually with Toons of all people, because me and yeah, and we were talking about fencing, and he like we were because me and him both play VR games, and one of the games we both play is Blade and Sorcery, which is a very good sandbox kill medieval people game. Really, like, it's a great exercise too, very therapeutic. As you just run around stabbing people. I wonder if I can actually kill that thing, because I always have trouble killing them, no matter what build I did. It's the bugs that are going to annoy me. Ow. Please stop doing that, land octopus. I didn't even touch him. He lost a tentacle. That was a bit of damage. All right, so I can actually kill the land squids now. Maybe, I don't know. They might explode upon death for all I know. All right. I want to get rid of the fly, though. Because those are actually used in anti-poison stuff. But yeah, we were discussing. So we were talking about use of rapiers because, like, he's an archer. Like, he loves using magic and he loves using bows in that game. That's all he'll use. Like, he's tried using melee, but he doesn't understand it. I'm the kind of player who walks in there unarmed and just annihilates everybody, either picking up the weapons they drop, picking up random items in the map and beating them to death with it, or just using my bare hands. But he just can't understand how melee combat is. And this is true for, like, almost every VR game we've done together. So I was trying to explain to him, like, how fighting with a rapier is like. And, like, he really didn't seem to get it until I explained Count Dooku. He's like, what? Yeah, Count Dooku. Think of how Count Dooku fights. Because he actually is a fencer. That's what the character is supposed to be. A fencer. The idea of fencing is you control... There's point A and point B. Where you are and where your opponent is. As a fencer, you're trying to control the point in between the two. You are trying to focus on just the spots in between the two of you. You're not worried about everything else around you, just those points. So fencing is a really good one-on-one fighting style. Multiple people, you have to keep adjusting which is point A and which is point B. Or which is point B, really. And when you lunge, especially if you're fighting someone who's not using a rapier, you're supposed to keep all your lunges in such a way that if they try to do an outward arc, you're always on the inside of their arc. So that your stab is at the same time you blocking. I'm being invaded. I don't remember who invades me here, if anybody. I'm being invaded. I'm offline, so it can't be a player. Recusant Haranis. Oh, cool. Who the hell are you? Okay, he's not super beefy. Based on his title, I imagine he's working for the Volcano Manor. He broke my guard because I forgot to repost. That's what a repost is, effectively. Hammer Talisman. I've never gotten that before. Oh, I forgot to check what the other talisman I got was, too. The Lance Talisman. Enhances attacks on horseback, which I never do. Enhances stamina, reducing attacks against blockers. Also really good, but not useful for me. Okay. Like, it's just me dicking around. Like, I haven't traveled around these areas and explored as much as I am right now. Well, yeah, that's what a lot of combat, especially hand-to-hand combat, is built around the idea of being able to maintain your defense while providing offense. I'm going to stand again. With karate, it's based on your arm stance. Where's my... Oh, he must be sleeping under my bed again. It's based on your arm, the way you position your arms. One on the meant for that, and you have the other one up for blocking. Boxing, same thing. That's why I'm actually not a fan of I'm not a fan of the concept of martial arts that do a lot of kicking, because there's one comic book actually phrased it best. They said, "Why would you want to unbalance yourself like that?" The only exception to forms of kicking that I'm like, okay, that makes sense, is how Wing Chun does their kicks, which is very low, very fast kicks. But where like you're doing a giant ass roundhouse or something like that, I'm like, that's just putting yourself off balance. Why? Yes, a kick has an insane amount of power behind it, but what would be the point? Because if you do that kick and hit, cool. But if you do the kick and miss, okay, you just left yourself open. If you do the kick, miss, and he counters, you're even more screwed. So 2 out of 3 possibilities, you're screwed. And it's hard to come back from. Now, mind you, I'm not like some martial artist or anything like that, so it's not like I really know anything. This is just what I've studied from the outside. It's raining wolves! I want to make an Elden Ring card game, and that's going to be one of the spells, Rain of Wolves. Baking some potatoes. Potatoes. I had French fries yesterday. I was pretty happy about that. It's raining men. One more level, and I can now use the spear I want. And start leveling it, because I haven't been leveling up my weapon. Hey, she left me the golden seed. Should be able to upgrade my amount of flasks now. Fries are delicious. Now, I'm probably one of the weird people, and by that I mean I'm probably just weird. I actually eat the potato skins. Like if you made me a baked potato, I don't like just dig into the skin of it. I'll eat the whole thing. I'll just pick it up, like it's nothing. Trying to think. Oh, that was my shoulder. That was my shoulder. That's better. Is there any other like little bosses I want to fight on this little island? I could go to the Mistwater Ruins one. Mistwood Ruins one. That's what we'll do. Because there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, it's supposed to be actually more iron in it. And I feel like especially like another thing I'll do that with is kiwis. Kiwis are like, oh, you're supposed to eat it on the inside. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with eating the skin. It's weird, but it's nothing wrong with it. It's actually still, once again, more healthy. More antioxidants, if I remember reading it correctly. It's not poisonous or anything like that, and it just feels tedious to dig out the insides of a kiwi. So I'm just like, I'll just eat the whole kiwi. Kind of want to know if I can beat the giant bears, the rune bears as they're called. Yeah, there's one right there. I think there's supposed to be like an extra hidden thing here. I'm gonna see if I can kill him. Because even with, like, all of my runs, I have always had to run from these guys. his head morphed into the wall, so I couldn't execute him. I'm actually really annoyed by that. Let's get into the open. Let's get into the... Come on, bear. We're going barely over here. Yuck, 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 yuck. There we go. Come on, let me breathe fire at you. Damn it, he did it again! Where he's like half into a wall, so I couldn't really get to him. Just did like an anime roar at me. Roar back! Mine does fire. Ah, I got to it just in time. Die, bear! He was barely a challenge. I need to make a button for me when I do like bad puns like that. I just push it, and then it like has like the slow clap going on, and maybe a groan in there, and it's like, sorry for the pun. There's almost no reason to do that because I'd already been down here to loot what's down here. But I think there's another secret one down here, or around here. No, that was it. Okay, because all the ruins actually have hidden bosses to them. I think that one is his. And I don't think they respawn once you kill them. I could be mistaken, though. Yeah, there's another one right there. I don't want to fight him. Let's see, where's the other thing I wanted to go do? Let's go over there. Go to the Erd tree and pick up the thing. Do the stuff. We'll actually take the elevator down. I kind of want to play another Sekiro run on stream, fresh, because the last one I did, I just intentionally went for the Shura ending just to get it over with. Not because I could. So I'm thinking I might actually do another playthrough and do it fully, because there's a lot of really cool things I skipped out on because I did that. So I might do another playthrough of Sekiro. I might buy it for PC for that reason, just because it makes it easier to stream. But then again, if I play it on my PS5, I'm playing it through my PS5 and just streaming it over. The only downside is there's going to be a slight bit of lag between what I see and what's actually going on, which makes my timing on that a little bit more difficult. Because if someone had best described to me, excuse me, described Sekiro is if From Software made a Dance Dance Revolution game. Alright. Is there any other boss that I really want to fight? That I can remember? Oh yeah, there's this guy down here, the Coastal Cave. But yeah, I'll have to, because I'm actually going to be tying my hands more into doing actual full-on animations, not like random-ass projects that I've been doing. So you guys might start seeing me stream also more of me doing like random art projects that are actually tied together. Making assets for an animation I want to do. So I might start doing, like, you might just legitimately see me start streaming more, because I'll be working on that stuff. Because I think me making I feel like what really makes me encouraged and happy to do my work is me feeling all my work is a community thing. I do still art things, but a lot of my arting has been, I usually end up deleting because I'm like, okay, cool. I got done with it. I don't like it. I'm deleting it. All right. Come here, Bigum. I want to poke you with a stick. There you are. There's Bigum. Well, because I also decided, because I don't want to keep it in my so-called scrapbook because there's just no purpose. Because I look at it and I go, I'm not going to use it for anything, so I might as well not keep it. I was hoping it was the other one. I love that. After you kill their boss, they become a lot less brave. Because me doing some basic level animations for stuff, I can, like some super basic level, because I am wanting to start learning Unity for many reasons. Like I was going to originally like play with Unreal 5, but Unity is better for VR projects, which is, I'm going to call it an end goal. We'll call it an end goal. But in the meantime, I can learn to animate using that, and just learning VR modeling would also be really good. Because I have a vision for what VR content should be. I feel like there's a lot of great ideas people are having. Oh yeah, I'm out of magic. But yeah, I've got my own ideas on like how VR content should be done. And if I learn to do it, I can make an example of what it should be. Because I don't think I'll ever be able to make like a full VR game. But nothing stops me from, in theory, creating a very janky, basic demo of what one could be. Like one example is, so I like to test myself and think out what is the concept of a VR Monster Hunter game. What would that be like? Like how could you make that? I'll be sure to send it to me in Discord. I'll be glad to look at it. Well, no, like so. Like I had to figure out an answer for that. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about like where you have like a. I think it can be done. I really think it can be done, but it's not in the way that people initially think. Can you be like an insect glaive user or a sword and board or any of those classes? No, you'd have to make classes with the concept of VR behind it, which means yes, you can have some melee in it, but you have to take into account the melee differently. I'll actually go into Let's Talk mode once I level up one more time and can use my spear properly. So for that one more time, I'm just going to blow up that camp that I like blowing it up. So if you wanted to do melee combat, or just combat in general where dodging is needed, you need to be able to combine both teleportation movement and fluid movement. Fluid movement is for your normal walking around and approaching, but for the sudden I'm not there, you need to have a system set up for the player to tell the game I am teleporting to the left, or to the right, or forward, or backward. And I think the best game that ever like interpreted it in a fashion is Unto Death or Death Unchained. I can't remember what it is. In Death Unchained, that's its full name. I did a review of it, and it's an archery roguelike game. And it's probably one of the best archery games I've ever done in VR, and it's the best teleport movement only game that I've ever tried. And I really, really enjoyed it. Now, mind you, roguelike games are not my favorite, so I don't stick with the game. I don't play it very often, but it was definitely very interesting. So in order to have the fluidity of combat that you have in a Monster Hunter game, you would have to incorporate the ability to move and teleport simultaneously. Because games that try to do the you have to dodge shit while teleporting is like Doom VFR, which just royally sucked. It just really wasn't. Yeah, roguelikes can be fun. Like, I generally am not a fan of them. I don't know why, which is probably why I didn't play more through my first PS5 exclusive game I bought. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's at Returnal. It's not a bad game in its own right. It's just I just don't feel like I make real progress in roguelikes. You know, let's see. I think I have enough runes to level. I need a little over 100 more, which is enough jerks left in this camp for me to get that. I should have just let him ring the horn so I could fight everybody simultaneously. I was blocking! Jerk. So you would need to control that. And I feel like to have a proper Monster Hunter-like experience, you'd probably want to stick with ranged weapons anyway, unless you really fine-tuned out the weight of your weapon. And to explain the concept of the weight of your weapon, I would actually use Blade and Sorcery as a good example. Because you need to have really good, I'm going to call it collision detection within the game. One of my big problems with melee weapons in VR... No, you're right. I agree. And that may be part of the reason why I'm off-put by it. You see me play like Elden Ring games, and I bash my head against the wall infinitely, and I'm fine with that. But for some reason, roguelikes just ring a little differently to me. I don't know why. But are there some cool roguelikes out there? Yes, I liked Hades. Hades is really cool. I like Enter the Gungeon. That's pretty interesting, too. Like, it's just a really good joke against gun culture as a whole. But yeah, the weight of your weapon, what bothers me about it, or the collision of the weapons in VR games bothers me. Let's level up. I get to switch over to my new spear, level it up a bit. I gotta get my faith up one more level. This should be enough for me to use the new spear. I'll now be over encumbered, unfortunately, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm now fat rolling again. I can just take my helmet off. I'll get to see my... Nope, still fat rolling, so I'm going to put that right back on. No point. And I don't have any runes to be able to upgrade, so I might as well do something. But the weight of your weapon in VR games, what bothers me is like, so say I'm using a two-handed weapon. I'm cool with me using it with one hand. That's cool. That's whatever. That's not the weight of the weapon. My problem is when I hit something... and it looks like I'm just dragging across it. I don't feel like I'm actually hitting anything. That just kills what you would call as immersion. Oh, by the way, the problem with me using the spear is I can't use the flame stomp that I've been abusing. The flame of the red mains. But as you can see, the thrust is oh so much more powerful. Although I might be able to get around that, now that I'm thinking of it. We'll see in a second. I just gotta get back to the sacred whatever, lost grace. That's the word I'm looking for. Damn it! You can't put the. I was hoping you could put that on a shield, but you can't. So unless I want to dual wield spears, I won't be able to do that. Mind you, I can't think of any like great spears that you can actually put Ashes of War on. But yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and so nothing hits me while I'm talking. But yeah, that's kind of what I want. No, I didn't. Like I keep wanting to go back into it, but I never go back. But I've just never gone back into Neo 2. I need to because I really love punching weapons, and that's a lot of fun. Plus, that has really good. Like it doesn't have a good counter system except for like your beast mode thing, but that's whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. Lots of love to everybody. Appreciate everybody for being here. I'm gonna try and start streaming a lot more often, just because I need to. When the times are during the weekdays are no freaking clue. I sleep very weird lately, especially because of the heat and stuff like that. Anyway.